Wait, so you telling me I can do these unusual things and women actually may find me more attractive? Hmm. Today we're going to be talking about 10 unusual things that women find attractive and why. What's up, all you good fellow fly guys? You know who it is, the cat in the hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michelangelo of StarArchitects.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to this lifestyle thing. And today we're going to be talking about 10 unusual things that women find attractive. It's so funny that so many guys think that they have to be something or do something different in order to be attracted to young ladies. And while there are certain characteristics and things and positionings that you can do for yourself in order to be more attractive, I wanted to have this conversation with you so that you know that these simple things that you can do can actually make you more appealing to the women that you're around. So make sure that you stick around till the end so that we can talk about the number one unusual thing that women actually find attractive. But before we get started, if this is your first time here, welcome. This is a great time for you to start interacting with me in order to figure out what is going to be attractive, even if it's unusual, to the opposite sex. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I am what is called a lifestyle coach. So my goal is to align your image with your identity so that you always leave a lasting impression with each look that you put on. So if this information ends up being beneficial to you, and we know it will be, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to be a character in your lifestyle story. If you have already subscribed, like Curtis P and Clay Dines, first and foremost, fellas, make sure that you say hello as well. Do you know I appreciate you? And now all you have to do is hit that notification bell, and that way you'll be notified each and every time new content comes out. So starting out at number 10 for the unusual thing that women find attractive is cooking. I know that you may not find that super unusual, but in a space where everybody's supposed to be the man's man and have power tools and be this aggressive guy, there's something that is very central for a lot of women, for a guy who knows how to take his time and employ different sensory modes when creating an ambiance. And if you haven't been sticking with me, then you may not know that ambiance and experiences are probably going to be that much more important than the acts that a man can create. Now, coming in at number 9 for the unusual things that women find attractive is smoking. Now, we all know that smoking is a bad habit. You know, you've seen all of the tobacco commercials that are talking about all of the issues that come with smoking, but there's still something that's a little dangerous, something that's a little taboo for a guy who is smoking. Now, for you guys who are not into tobacco and smoking cigarettes, it doesn't mean that that's what you have to smoke. A guy who's actually smoking a cigar can be just as cool. You should stay tuned because we're going to actually be talking about different things that you need to know about cigars in future episodes. So if that's something that you're interested in, by all means, please make sure that you leave me some comments in the comment box below, letting me know that that is something that you would like for me to cover. Now, while smoking is attractive, fellas, it's generally attractive when it comes to short-term relationships. At the end of the day, if you're going to be with her for the long term, she wants to make sure that you're going to make it that distance. So make sure that you are balancing out that bad vice with some good healthy habits. Coming in at number 8 for the unusual things that women actually find attractive is kindness. Now, I know you've heard that nice guys finish last, but that is passive nice guys. You can still be very much a dominant guy, right? Secure in who you are and what you are looking to express, and be kind-hearted. There is something about a giving spirit, someone who is willing to give of themselves, their time, their money, and their energy to other people, that speaks to their ability to give those same qualities to their partner in a relationship. So before you're thinking that it's cool to be the asshole, consider easing back and being a little gentler and kinder when you are approaching and interacting with the young lady. Coming in at number 7 for unusual things that women find attractive is the long distance runner. Now, let's keep it real. We know that women want a man who can go the distance, both sexually as well as relationally. And studies actually show that a man who is a distance runner or who does run long distances is usually going to have a higher level of testosterone, which means that he's probably going to be a better candidate for kids once they do decide to start having them. So before you think that the sexual or relational interaction is a sprint, don't forget that long-term relationships are all about the marathon. Coming in at number 6 for the unusual things that women find attractive are the little jelly belly, right? The guy who is not super svelte with the six-pack. Now, interestingly enough, a lot of young ladies actually find a man who has a slightly soft midsection more attractive and appealing than the guy who has the strong six-pack. And part of this is because a woman who views a man like this usually deems him more attractive than the guy who's always in the gym, always working out because he has something to prove. So they actually look at that guy who has that soft midsection as more confident, and in the fall and winter time, probably a little bit more snuggly as well. Coming in at number 5 for the unusual things that women find attractive is the color red. Now again, it's not something that's super unusual, but that a lot of guys may be weary in wearing. But as you can see, it can definitely make you look that much more attractive. And if you want to know why and how to wear red properly, please make sure that you check out our previous videos on how to wear primary colors. It'll definitely give you some good insights and tips and tricks on how to wear the color. Coming in at number 4 for the unusual things that women find attractive is fatherhood. A guy who is a good dad. Now, 51% of women in one study said that a man who is a good father or shows good father qualities is extremely attractive. And I would assume that this is because if they are going to be in a long-term relationship, the kids are probably on the table, and they want somebody who is going to be able to exude qualitative, fatherly types of attributes when they are dealing with young people. Now, if that's not something that you're worried about right now, that's perfectly fine. But you still find yourself magnetically attracted to a young lady you can see as the mother of your children, maybe you guys can keep things slow, keep things mellow, and get a puppy instead of a kid. Coming in at number 3 for unusual things that women find attractive is age, being an older man. Now, as I move into my 30s, I'm starting to realize how attractive being a little bit older actually becomes. I have a friend right now who's the same age as me, but is graying much faster than me, and he says that it's actually making him that much more appealing to young ladies that he's interacting with. And I think that part of this is just the self-awareness that we begin to understand about ourselves, and also the security that we have in who we are and what we're representing. Now, while we're people who are always growing and evolving, it is actually us being stated who we are and what we want to represent that actually makes us more attractive, in my opinion, to the opposite sex. Coming in at number 2 for the unusual things that women find attractive is being frugal, being thrifty with your dollars. Now, again, this is something that's going to be more appealing to a long-term relationship, and this is because when you are being smart with your money, that actually speaks to a certain level of responsibility and accountability that you are going to be able to maintain. And this means that you are going to be able to properly and adequately produce and provide for a family. So before you think a young lady's gonna get mad at you using that Groupon to make sure that you guys have a memorable, wonderful evening, hold up, don't trip, because she's probably going to think you're more attractive because of it. Besides, ain't nothing wrong with saving a little money just in case the thing doesn't work out. I'm just saying. Coming in at number 1 for the unusual things that women find attractive is being yourself. Now again, this is another one that a lot of guys will say that's not unusual, but here's the interesting thing. Whether you are a nerd, whether you are suave and cool, it doesn't really matter as long as you are being yourself. And in an age of information where people who are able to decipher and understand different numerical equations, the way that the world is progressing, those geeks and nerds who we used to see in our high schools are actually the ones making all of the bread and becoming extremely appealing to the opposite sex. So no matter what your vice, no matter what your age or what you may be experiencing in life, don't think that you can't be attractive to someone. And while you may not be able to appeal to all the ladies out there, know that these unusual attractions will still draw a great number towards you. So that's it. Those are 10 unusual things that women find attractive. Now before I go, answer this question of the day. What was your most surprising thing that women found attractive? Leave me some comments in the comments below. Make sure that you share this with a friend. This is a good conversation to keep going. And maybe I'm wrong. Share this with some young ladies. See if they agree with some of the things that I said. And if they disagree, tell them to leave their comments in the comment box as well. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you found the information beneficial. You know it helps the channel to grow. And above all, don't ever forget to live, love, and create a lifestyle that suits you. I'll see you next time. Peace.